Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Gibson again. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stop for a loss.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
Well, the Rams did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Stafford. Forced out to his left. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
This defense for the Rams, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Winston. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Winston.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an return for a Rams touchdown. Gay is on for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Let's take it in. Now a hit and a loose football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards to pick up there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. A give up the middle to Gibson. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin from 13 yards out. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. We haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deron Payne. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And the running lanes non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Thomas brings it in.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Winston now to throw on 1st down.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, they're going to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Winston.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And it's a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. He's got room at the 30. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown. Score. The pass. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. That'll be caught. It's cut. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, middle.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the 2nd half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. This one caught by Winslow. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Stafford now to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. On the return, here's Agnew. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Winston on 3rd and 2.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 3rd down, Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they like to let them stand.
A handoff for Gibson, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Winston, quick slant, Dotson. Room here to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
41 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Winston. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
On target to his man, Likely.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now Stafford.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down.
Pass complete. It's Likely.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Here's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford.
Complete to Likely. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line.
Here's Stafford. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw is Stafford. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camera on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when